Hello there to all viewers. So a lot of people in my previous Tap Titans video asked for me to do a video on finding your artifact sequence, and to no surprise, I decided to go forward with it. Now to clarify, what exactly is an artifact sequence, and what effect does this have on the game? Well, to put it simply, you have a thing called an artifact seed that is a 4-digit number, and that number predetermines the order of the artifacts you will receive them in. However, this number is not permanently set in stone. Every time you purchase a new artifact, the seed changes, but when you salvage an artifact, the seed number stays the same. So now you might be wondering, how is it possible to determine your exact sequence if the seed number changes every time? The answer to that is the seed doesn't change randomly, but instead it changes in a predictable pattern, which is what a few people discovered. With this information, you can use it to your advantage by using a combination of purchasing and salvaging artifacts to alter the sequence in a way that's best for you. Hopefully you understand that. Now let's get to the meat of this burger. First off, where can you find this artifact number seed, since it is obviously hidden from the game itself? Unfortunately, if you're playing on an Android emulator such as BlueStacks, then I can't help you here, since you have to access a couple of files in order to see it. And if you own a non-Android device, I can't do much for you either because I only own an Android phone, but I know for a fact it is possible to find it. There's a Reddit thread about this exact thing, which I'll link it down below somewhere, that talks about finding the artifact seed for iOS and other non-Android devices if you dig through the comments enough. Hopefully you'll come across it. It's just I can't physically show how to do it since I don't have those types of devices. Now I'll show you how to do it for Android. Make sure your phone is plugged into your laptop or computer first, and open the file location to your phone. Now within this folder, select Android. And then double-click on Data. A bunch of folders will then show up with a bunch of apps you have installed, so find the one that is labeled with Tap Titans. It should say com.gamehivecorporation.taptitans. Click that, and now find the file starting with files 9, 1, 2, and a bunch of random letters and numbers after it. It should be labeled as an ADAT file. Now open it as a file in Notepad. If you're on Windows 8 you can follow exactly what I did here. Now let's just wait a bit for it to open. There we go. Within this Notepad document contains your artifact seed. Control F and search next artifact, and you should be able to find it, with the seed directly next to it, and yippee hooray, we have found our artifact number. So with this number, we'll go to this website, yato.me. I'll link it right over here for the lazy. Credit to all the people who have helped contribute to this. Otherwise we'd have 5 times more people crying over how undead Aura was their last artifact. Now back on topic, once you're on this page, go ahead and enter your artifact seed in this entry seen here. And below, check and uncheck all of the artifacts you own and don't own. Don't worry about the priority boxes or those start, stop and reset buttons. For the purposes of this video I don't think it'll be needed. For reference, I'll be using one of the old artifact seeds that I recorded, because where I am at right now, I have all but one artifact, so I can't really show much with it because I can't alter the sequence with just one artifact. So anyways, this second row you see right here is the sequence you will receive the artifacts in, given that you don't salvage anything. In this example, I would receive Knight's Shield as my next artifact, followed by Warrior's Revival, and so on. And say I decide to salvage Warrior's Revival once I purchase it. To simulate this, check the box right beside it that says Salvage. Now below that you'll see the new artifact sequence, where Warrior's Revival is now 27th on the list instead of 25th. You can do the same thing for artifacts you've already owned as well. Let's rewind back a bit, to my original sequence. On the first column, you can uncheck an artifact in the owned column to simulate salvaging that artifact, and then you'll see the new sequence of artifacts. Let's try this with Amulet of the Volrons, which is what I actually salvaged in my real game. And there we go. Thanks to this sequencer, it seems like a good idea to salvage the amulet because now Worldly Illuminator is 24th on the list, instead of 28th previously. Hopefully you found this helpful. Be sure to leave a like if you did. That's basically the gist of this video. If there was anything I might have left out, please let me know. There are hundreds of possible combinations to alter your sequence, so play around with it until you find the most optimal one. Have a lucky day.